So now we're getting into the weeds of it, reporting and analytics. So reporting is about the past, analytics is about the future. So while reporting can explain to you why something happened based on the data you have, analytics is where you can now start to determine how do I get to a certain outcome, what is the art of possible, and what are the steps you need to take in order to accomplish that outcome. So really, what are the steps for you to accomplish that outcome? It all comes down to building a really data-driven analytics system. Now, what this means is building a reporting system that is monitoring your progress in real time. It's capturing data about who the users are, where they came in from, what did they click, what did they respond to. This will help you determine the success of various campaigns that you're running. And remember that this can end you up in an ocean of data points. And it's really important to be clear about what you are trying to gather, or what decisions are you trying to make, and what data do you need to make those decisions. So while you're setting up the instrumentation for your product, take a step back and think about, what do you need to measure? What does success look like for this campaign? What does success look like for your product? And what does success look like overall for you to get to your business goals? And the reason I call these differences out is, let's start with the business goals. Business goals are likely you're trying to get to a certain revenue target. You're trying to get to a certain number of users who are using your product, right? When it comes to the success of your product, you're really trying to see whether an X feature was successful in driving value. That is, the placement of a button, was that driving clicks? The placement of a certain language or tagline, did that drive conversions? The success of whether a customer started into the funnel and completed the task and got to the end goal that they were trying to accomplish successfully without any errors, without any hesitations. If there were drop-offs, what did that look like? All this goes into determining the success of your product, right? And then the success of the campaign. Campaigns are usually very targeted, and you have a certain amount of budget that's allocated to a campaign. Success of a campaign usually means that these are the X channels that I'm trying. Maybe I'm trying to advertise on Facebook versus I'm going to a conference, right? Or I'm spending so much on email marketing. Depending on these channels, what is the ROI that I received? So these are very different types of metrics that you're trying to measure, and data is going to help you help you gather and figure out what's helping you drive each. But having clarity on how you're measuring the success of a campaign is different from knowing how you determine success of your product, and that's different from how you measure success of your business. Obviously, they're correlated and ultimately drive your business goals, but make sure that you are driving separate metrics and measuring them thoughtfully. And listen, there's many different tools that can help you do this. Some of them that we love are, obviously Google Analytics, the Facebook Pixel if you're running campaigns, Segment, Mixpanel, and even something like Intricom or Freshdesk to determine the customer success. Whichever tools you use, as a product manager and as the entrepreneur, make sure you're creating two dashboards. One that helps you capture the raw data about how your product is performing. Number of visits to your website, number of clicks, drop-offs, accomplishment of a certain task. And the second one is more specifically about the success, right? So whether you're having retention, cohort analysis, weekly active users, monthly active users, customer acquisition cost, lifetime value. These are the two types that you both want to keep and track closely, because one determines the success of your product, one determines the success of your business.